What's going on, Wastelanders? This is your Origin Sensation here with another Fallout 4 unique weapons guide. Pretty much a general area guide this time around because this place has a lot of cool stuff, including a hazmat suit and a bobblehead, and a pretty wicked blade, which is what the weapon is. So, anyway, basically, in order to get started in this area, you're going to need to go travel very far east to the Dunwich Borrowers. If you have a quest about investigating the Salem Witch Museum, this going that direction will lead you to this little excavation site. Now, upon first glance and first clearing out the area, you assume that this place is just a regular site taken over by raiders, just like a couple other mining sites. However, this one holds a special little dark secret, which is pretty cool and fairly cool, unique little side exploration. So, what you want to do is pack a fairly decent amount of ammo and some pretty powerful weapons, because there are a lot of raiders in this damn ditch, and they all carry stim packs for whatever reason. You might have been playing them very hard, so that might have a factor into it, but they all carry stim packs. It's horrible. They consistently heal, so if you have finished the Minuteman quest to get the castle and get artillery, I highly recommend you use it to clear out a general sum of them, because they do tend to scatter like roaches. Fucking filthy little things. Anyway, so continue to clear out the raiders, loot everything you can in the area. There's some good stuff around, as well as some turrets. Be careful, because one turret has incendiary ammo of some sort, and it burned me alive, so be quite cautious about that. And then descend all the way down to the bottom of the mining facility. You're going to continue down and see a little opening that's going to go even further down into the tunnels. Once you reach to the bottom of these tunnels and clear out even more of the raiders, you're going to find that you're going to see a second door that leads to even further into the caves, called the Dunwich Borrowers. This place consists of basically 6 different stations. Each station, first 3 rather, are inhabited by raiders, just regular types of raiders. Now, once you descend up to station 3, you're going to find a little mini-boss at the bottom named Bedlam. It's a raider. She's fairly easy to beat. Just stay on top. Be careful, they do have a tendency to throw explosives at you, so kind of be wary of that. If you have a companion, help them have a tank it or whatever, but it shouldn't be too much of a challenge depending on your level, especially for the level that you should be about at by the time you make your way out here. I was around 20 or so, but everything should be fine. And this is where you're going to find your first piece of sweet loot. You're going to come across a magazine sitting on the armor workbench. It's astoundingly awesome tales, and this gives you 5% less damage from robots, which is pretty cool. Loot everything around the area, and then you're going to come across a chained door. Now, this chained door is where your descent down the rabbit hole and further into madness begins, because you're no longer going to be fighting raiders. Everything beyond this point are all terrifying, horrible, fast, quick little bastards of feral ghouls. It's just hordes and hordes of feral ghouls. How these next few stations work, for 4 and 5 specifically, and then every station is going to have some ghouls either sleeping or hiding somewhere, and then the lights are going to be off. When you approach the console box to turn on the lights, that's when the ghouls awaken, and then you're attacked from all sides, and generally the horde comes. Every time I opened a station light, I was attacked by a rare spawning legendary feral ghoul. Special note, be very careful if you see sort of the air or your vision looking a little bit wavy, because there is some sort of gases down below, as well as oil on the ground that will ignite when you fire your first bullet. So I suggest you shoot it from far away to take care of that, to make sure that you don't burn yourself alive. Once you get past that little mini area, you're going to come across another door after killing a certain amount of feral ghouls. This will activate your first vision. Seems like a typical area, except for the fact that you just had a weird psychedelic vision. Then the lights are going to proceed to go off, and then you're going to be attacked by ghouls. Kill the ghouls, turn back on the lights for each console to activate even more ghouls, and then continue to make your way through. Quick side note for this area, A legendary ghoul attacked me, and it dropped a lucky leg piece armor. And then you're going to find a small fork in the road exactly where the console is. The left is an upper area that you're going to go to later. You're going to save that for exploration later. First, you're going to go straight forward to continue on to Station 4. Once you're at Station 4, this is where the first bobblehead is at, and the Station 4 terminal. And this is where things start to get strange, and you start to pick up your first clue called the Dunwich Tim Shoots holotape.
Tim Shoots here. No suspicions were raised when the new equipment was brought in the other day. Crew at Station 4 are still under the impression that we are setting up the new station beyond this area. The standing crew you hired are convincing enough. However, I do worry about the project managers at the other stations, especially Bob at Station 1. We all know he takes his job very seriously. Bullet point updates bug the hell out of me. My gut tells me he'll figure out something's going on down here sooner rather than later. Please advise.
Once you're done listening to the holotape, pick up the sneaking bobblehead directly to the left of the console, and then continue to make your way forward. You're going to find a small little alcove cave, and you're going to descend into it, and then you're going to get your final vision. You're going to see some sort of miner with a sacrificial blade and a whole bunch of other workers tied up in a circle in some sort of weird altar room. Then as soon as the vision ends, you're going to be immediately attacked by Bradley Ramone, which I'm assuming is probably one of the people involved with this sort of cult area, along with all his other companions like Tim Shoots of the recording and a couple other significantly named ghouls. Kill them. They aren't too difficult. They're actually fairly easy. And this is where you're going to find the unique weapon. First, have some Rad-X handy because you're going to need one in order to descend into the water. Swim all the way at the bottom. You'll notice that there's nothing really at the bottom, but if you look to the side, you will see a hole. You're going to find 2 mini nukes, and sitting on the altar is Kremvh'S tooth, which is a pretty wicked, badass looking sword that causes bleed and poison and exceptional damage on a target. Now, once you grab the blade and make your way out of there, you're going to head back to the first starting area that you first entered with the chain door and the fork in the road at the circuit breaker terminal. Now, instead of going straight, you're going to immediately go to your right or the left, which is when you first entered the area, and you're going to head up into the dark room. This dark room is again filled with poisonous or explosive combustible gas, along with oil on the floor. So make sure you shoot first, and hopefully your companions won't get in the way, and then kill all the ghouls that spawn in after. Finally, after you make your way all the way up past Station 5 and 6, you're going to come across a dead raider and a door. Loot the raider. He's going to have the key to get out of here, along with some other ammo and some other things. And finally, the door to unlock to the beginning of the area where you first fought the raiders. Push the button to activate the lift, take it down, and then make your way out of this damn place, because I'm pretty sure at this point you, just like me, would have had just about enough of this ghoul-infested mine. Now, I would say that would be it for all the unique items in this area. You've looted a unique weapon, a bobblehead, a magazine, but that is not all, along with some legendary items from some ghouls if they spawn for you. But there is 2 more things that you can still get from this area. Now, if you're going to head out of this mine in any direction you can, you'll notice there's a small radiation symbol on your map to the northeast of this mine. This mine holds one more secret, and as you approach the area, you're going to hear a random gunshot. So you're going to come across all these signs that say caution, hazardous material, etc., etc. Please take at least 1 Rad-X, because by the time you get here, not only is it infested with traps and mines and a turret at the end of the hallway that will kill you and blow you up, but you will also take at least 26 rads a second, so be very careful not to stay in the hazard area too long. But once you do make your way through all the traps and kill the turret at the back, I highly recommend you shoot the turret first, your radiation levels will drop to 0 and you won't take any more radiation. Then you're going to come across this little hovel called Hugo's Hole. You're going to find a man, or a raider, named Hugo, with a 10mm pistol next to him, and then a Mr. Handy model kit, a hazmat suit, and then a tape. Listening to the tape, it's assumed that Hugo killed himself upon your arrival, and as well as talking to someone that doesn't seem to be around.
Guys don't bother me anymore. That's good. I think it's... What was that? Can't they read the signs? I think it's time I go back inside the quarry. It's been too long. No, I can't. The guys would never let me in. I could kill them all. No. No, that wouldn't be what it would want. It's time to lay down. Yes, of course. It's next to my bed. I will. It's loaded.
Anyway, this has been yours in Sensation. I hope you enjoyed this Fallout 4 unique weapons guide for Kremvh'S Tooth, as well as many other goodies along the way. So the Dunwich Borer's Mine Guide. Anyway, if you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. It really helps me out a lot on what you think of the video, what you think of the entire game, and all your other comments like that. And I'll try and get back to you. If you want to see more Fallout 4 content, guides, funny videos, things like that, other video game content, please check out my channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, everything else like that for easy updates, and I will see you guys later. Peace.